Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about Every Girl's Dream was how Vamika reveals her evil plan to Krisha and also tells Jayama how she is going to snatch Devraj from Krisha. So let's continue from there. Krisha prays to the Lord to make her love win and bring Devraj back home from Vamika's captivity. Devraj and Vamika are walking on the road. Vamika acted to be scared and asks him. Devraj says it is fine. It started raining and Devraj gives his coat to Vamika and he tries to find shelter. Devraj and Vamika stand under the tree. Devraj goes to find some help. Vamika hugs Devraj's coat and smacks. Krisha holds a lamp and she started doing tandaf in the temple. She pleaded for her lover to return. Devraj finds a hut and brings Vamika there. He hugs her hands and feet. Vamika says, I cannot bear the cold. Devraj closes the door and sits with her. Vamika thinks that I will break Krisha's trust today. Devraj will not be able to go back to her. Devraj gives Vamika a shawl because she is shivering. Krisha tries to call Devraj but he doesn't pick up the call. She says, I trust Devraj, but I don't trust Vamika. Vamika must have done something. I can go to Devraj, but Jayama will not allow me. What should I do? She gets an idea and takes her scooter keys. She tries to leave her room, but Jayama has locked the door from outside and she whispers to herself that I won't let them meet today. Devraj is trying to contact Krisha. Vamika says, I'm sorry for spoiling your day with Krisha. Devraj says it is okay. I will pacify Krisha. She would understand. Krisha tries to unlock her door but she couldn't. She says, I have to reach Devraj at any cost. She finds a window there and she jumps from there and she drives away. Vamika finds tea and says to Devraj that I will make tea for you. Devraj says okay. Vamika makes tea and mixes sleeping pills in his tea. Devraj says we should leave now. Vamika says have some tea first. Devraj drinks the tea and feels dizzy. He says let's go but he falls down. Vamika makes Devraj sit down and says it will be close to me now. Krisha is riding a scooter and a goon started following her. Krisha stops her scooter and she asks the goon to stop following her. The man asks Krisha to give her jewelry to him. Krisha says, do you know who I am? I am Devraj's wife. The goon shows a dagger to Krisha and says, give me everything. Krisha takes off her jewelry. He asks for her wedding necklace. Krisha beats the man and says, how dare you to ask for that? She grabs his dagger and says, I will give all my jewelry to you, but not this wedding necklace. The goon finally drops Krisha's jewelry and runs away. Krisha also leaves from there with her jewelry. Vamika asks Devraj if he is fine. Devraj imagines Krisha in Vamika. She thinks that Devraj will be mine now. Vamika thinks that Devraj will be mine now. Vamika makes Devraj drink more tea. Krisha enters the village and asks a man about Devraj and Vamika. The man says they left way early. Krisha says really? She thinks if Vamika has done something with Devraj and says I have to find him at any cost. Devraj imagines Krisha in Vamika and sits close to her. He says, I am sorry for not reaching to you on time. He says, I fell in love with you. You have changed everything in my life. Thank you. Vamika smirks and says, you have made my life beautiful. Devraj says to Vamika that Krisha, you are so pretty. Vamika says he is still jabbing about Krisha. Devraj falls asleep. Vamika tries to wake Devraj up but he is unconscious. Vamika gets angry and says that Krisha will win now. Krisha finds the hut and arrives there. Vamika looks at Krisha and smirks. She says, I am happy to see Krisha here. Now the drama would begin. Krisha searches for Devraj and becomes worried for him. She prays to God and reaches a house. Meanwhile, Vamika sees Krisha through the window and gets an evil plan. She gets close to an unconscious Devraj and she sleeps along with him. Whereas, Krisha gets inside the house and she becomes shocked seeing Vamika and Devraj's state. Krisha gets furious at Vamika and she pours water on her for sleeping close to her husband. Vamika gets angry and she wakes up to confront Krisha. She then acted to be innocent in front of her and says that it was all a mistake, that Devraj slept with her, and she asks Krisha not to blame Devraj. Vamika pretends and tells Krisha that Devraj was just helping her and they got intimate in the process. Krisha looks at Devraj and gets teary eyes. She looks at Vamika and asks her to stay away from Devraj. She says that she knows that Vamika is trying to create problems in between them and she declares that she will not let her get successful in her ploy. Krisha tells Vamika that she trusts her husband more than anything and she goes near Devraj, whereas Vamika gets disappointed because her plan fails. Krisha tries to wake Devraj, but she finds him unconscious. She gets worried for him and she scolds Vamika for harming him. Later, Krisha sees the spiked drink which Vamika had given to Devraj and she smells it. She finds out about Vamika's ploy and she rebukes her for stooping so low. She then carries Devraj and takes him out along with her. She makes Devraj sit on her scooter and she goes along with him. Vamika asks Krisha that how will she get to the palace, and now even with unconscious Devraj. Krisha tells Vamika to find her way back home and she wants her to stay away from Devraj. The Rathors get worried for Vamika and Devraj. At that time, Krisha comes there along with Devraj and they get tense seeing Devraj's condition. Jayama gets shocked and she keeps waiting for Vamika, whereas Meenakshi also gets worried for Vamika. Krisha gives remedy to Devraj and tells the family about the truth. They all get shocked, while Vamika also comes there. Vamika acted to be innocent and says that they all get drenched and that is why Devraj got unconscious. Jayama also supports Vamika and shows that Devraj had taken a medicine in the morning. Jayama scolds Krisha for blaming Vamika. Jayama remembers how Vamika informed her about the mess, while Jayama asked Vamika to follow her plan. Meenakshi also scolds Krisha and shows her support towards Vamika. At that time, Devraj also comes there and he denies to believe Krisha. He tries to explain to Krisha that Vamika is innocent and Vamika also started her emotional drama. Vamika reminds Devraj about his promise towards her father and she tries to get him in her side. Devraj asks Krisha not to accuse Vamika, whereas Vamika asks Araf and shows that she has already accepted Araf as her husband. Krisha insists on everyone to believe her, but no one shows their trust on her, whereas Jayama shouted at Krisha and tells her that Vamika has done a lot for their family and Krisha must stop accusing Vamika, and this got Krisha worried that nobody is trusting her. Okay guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a like, share it, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.